And this is a little secret for getting a better grip on your screwdriver bit. A piece of bicycle chain will do to secure a pipe firmly. You don't have a sander handy? No problem, you can easily make one yourself. It's suitable not only for working with wood, but also for sharpening knives. You have to be extremely careful with the wires. This is not the way to do it. We advise to fix the tip first, using a rivet. It's very easy to do it. Construction materials are always difficult to transport. This trick will help you not to scratch the car. It may take ages to wait for the windows to open in the car. We need to do something about it urgently. We suggest using penetrating oil. Check it out, that's another thing. Making a perfect joint can be tricky, but we know how to pull it off. Use this smart hack. You probably know that metal expands when it's heated, which is good for us. Let's use it to fit plastic pieces. We put all the little things for storage in the boxes and screw them together with ease. The lid has expanded and now closes perfectly. At times, building pliers or cloth pegs turns out to be necessary at work. Let's put a little effort and make the tools ourselves. Unfortunately, a regular screwdriver can't always be used in hard-to-reach places. And believe me, there are quite a few of those. We found a way out of the situation and came up with a prolonger for drill bits. Let's see it in action. Wow, it really does work when you can reach it. We made it. We can check another box. Work is always dirty on a construction site, so you should always have paper towels handy. But it's not so easy to get them. We came up with the best way to pack the paper. An extra light source is always good, but where do you get it if you're in the countryside? A small lamp is not difficult to make with a plastic bottle and a flashlight or a phone. It's true, you will need some dexterity and something to attach it. Strip the wires, insert a plug into the hole in the bottle lid and fix it properly. You can attach the other part. Of course, that's not all. What's missing is the main thing, the light source. Done. We connect a power bank. Elbow joints are a very good thing. It's good to know that they can be used not only for their direct purpose, but also as a holder for gardening tools. They're so convenient. By the way, gardening tools can be short-lived. Never mind, we'll find another use for it. First, let's get rid of everything unnecessary. Believe me, what you're about to see will surprise you a little, but you will definitely not see such an item of interior design anywhere. And it requires very little, a rake and a couple of pieces of wood. I hope the dog won't mind. Well, here are the finishing touches. It already looks very unusual. Doesn't it remind you of anything?
Using electrical tape to keep this switch turned off isn't sufficient. Instead, we'll use the handles from this binder clip. To more easily install snow chains, we can use a brick. Lay out the chains with a brick placed in the center and then drive onto the brick. Connect the chains and then drive off. We don't want to strip this screw, so we can use double-sided tape onto our drill bit to get better grip. Before getting started painting, it might be a good idea to wrap masking tape around the brush to keep it clean. Then when we're finished, we can remove the masking tape. By heating up this nut and bolt, we can press it into this fitting and flatten the other side. Now we can tighten this nut with our bare hands. Wood clamps can also act as an excellent marking gauge. A nail can be used to mark the center of this board to cut out larger holes. We can shave out a small notch in our pliers to help us attach rivets. Place a bearing, binder clip, and another bearing onto this bolt. Then we'll place our utility knife into this binder clip. We've successfully built a little guide for our utility knife. If we install these wire clips, with the clips facing the opposite direction, these can act as clips for our drill bits. When wrapping two wires together, here's a good way to do it. Fold one of the wires back on itself, and then the other wire will pass through the bend and around the folded wire. This gives us a nice and secure wrap. We want to cut this plastic trim in such a way that it wraps around the post. To do this, we'll first mark out the width of the trim around the post. Then, we'll cut out triangles to the inner sides of the trim. We'll do this for each corner. Now our trim wraps around the post. We can fit baseboards at odd angles with just a bit of tracing. We can use a smaller piece to mark out all the corners. Now we'll just connect the inner corners to the outer corners. Here's another life hack to prevent electrical switches from being turned on. Pass a wire through the switch like so. And if it makes you feel better, you can tie the ends in a knot and put a padlock on the end. For our next project, we'll be making a mechanical arm that helps us use our angle grinder. We'll start by attaching these metal frames together with a bolt. Then we'll weld together a clip that will go around the frames and attach it to the angle grinder. We'll attach these two metal brackets to the clip that will hold the angle grinder. Next, we'll mount the metal frames to this large board, and then mount the board itself to our workbench. Now our new tool will help us make cuts with our angle grinder. And our last project for this episode is going to be a quick way to make very rough dowels. We'll start by drilling a hole that's a bit bigger than the size of the dowel that we want into a block of wood. Then we'll use our table saw to make a cut to the bottom of that hole. Next, we'll attach a wood screw into our drill and then drill the screw into our dowel. Now we can pass the dowel through the hole while drilling to create a dowel. It should end up looking something like this.